Hello everyone. In this video we will be talking about the mastering of our song, which is in style of Anyma. And this is the last video of this series. After this series I will be doing in style of Ben Böhme, after that maybe Hozo. So please stay tuned for the upcoming videos, and if you want any of artists you want, please make some comment down below. So let's remember what we done in the previous videos. We just create some bass sounds and done the mixing in the last video. And in this video we will talk about mastering. So this is what we come up with for the mastering. Let me just check. Okay.
Belki de bu yüzden yalnızca cesurların işidir badana.
So this is what we've done so far. So okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to export the audio, and then let me just delete that. Okay, so I just make some iterations for the video to come up what's best. So ID new before master, let's name it like that. Okay, so I will see you then after the exporting is finished. So my audio exporting is done, so let's look at that. Audio before master, and import the WAV file, WAV file in here, and let's look at some reference track before we go any further. Let me just go and grab my reference track. As you can see, if you look at the loudness of these both songs, you notice that there is a noticeable difference between the dB level of our song and what we referenced as the Anyma song. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to master those songs and get this result. You can use reference track for the mastering too. And what is important in the mastering part, don't think like mastering as make some sound louder. Mastering is all about make some meaning in your song without clipping or distorting your sound. That's how you achieve mastering, not just simply, let's say, grab some utility and make some 6 dB louder and get this. Mastering adds some meaning to your song. Alright, so I'm just going to delete my reference track, and I just got some mastering rack in here. I use that for almost all of my songs. So what I have here is I just got those from Production Music Live. It's if you got Production Music Live Melodic Techno course, I will just leave the link description down below. You'll get this audio rack too. I use that in my every song, and I just adjust the channel EQ, VQ, glue compressor, and multiband dynamics. All of them I just adjust for that for my song. What you need to do is getting the master channel to make some master channel bigger, as you can see in this image. It's help you to get the whole range. Okay, so I really recommend that course. I'll just leave the description down below. I'm not any sponsor or anything, I'm just suggesting to you that. Okay, so let's begin our mastering. So what I have is simply utility. I don't want to for the gain, I'm just using the bass mono, not just mono. Okay, so let's grab some basic utility. As you can see, we just used the bass mono. Okay, so let me just go and close all my channels so that you can see the difference. I'm just opening up my master. Okay, so I'm coming up one by one. Let me just open up utility. What's the purpose of the channel EQ is, as you can see in my graph, my high frequency part, which is around like what 5 to 6 kilohertz, it's really low. You can hear those parts. As let's make those so that you cannot hear claps or snare as I'm making this. You need to make some noticeable change in the high. We need to make some noticeable change in the high or mid-high frequencies, because you cannot hear clap. It's just ducked by the bass, and you just cannot hear the clap or snare hit. Okay, so we just need to adjust that mid frequency a little bit. So 3 dB adjustment makes a noticeable difference, as you can see. See that, right? In the other EQ8 part, I'm just using those reference mode. I'm just calling it like that. So what's its purpose is, as I'm clicking that, I'm just hearing those frequency belt, as you can see. So that's helped me out to remove some unwanted frequency. As you can listen here, there's some clashing I hear for my ear. So I don't want that level. I'm just decreasing that for 3 dB. In this part, as you can see, there's some going on. I don't want that. So music production, most of 300 to 400 frequencies is almost where the clash between the mids and the bass lines. So you don't want that frequencies much in your EQ part. So I'm just removing that too. In this part, I don't want those songs. It's irritating for my ear, so I don't want that too. This is after the EQ. In the glue compressor we use to mix whole signal together and make them as a single sound. Okay, this is what the glue compressor does. So we will duck our frequencies around 2 dB and adjust that as some makeup gain. Okay, in the multiband dynamics what we use it for is, I just say in the beginning of the video, my high and mid-high frequency level is really low, so that I'm using compressor to adjust those levels. To get some gain in this part too. So what this is low frequency part, it's around 88 Hertz, and high level part it's around 7 kilohertz. As I'm adjusting my gain, as you see that, I don't want that much of gain, just a little tiny bit of, because I don't want my high mids or mid-high frequencies get its gain much higher than the low part. Okay, I'm just make some noticeable change to hear what my claps hitting, or my snares, or my hi-hats. I just want to hear them too in my music. So on the other EQ8 part, I'm just using mono and stereo of my sound, and in the mono part I'm just decreasing some mid frequencies because my bass need to be in mono. Okay, so that's what its purpose is. And after that, I'm just using 2 limiter to not distort my sound in after adjusting its gain, because after those parts you see that we have a lot of room for our song actually. We have some space in there, so I just need to fill that with my gain, but not limit my signal, because limiter just simply cut off those bands, so you will lose some sound in your limiter. So as I'm adjusting that, I don't want my sound to be too much limited. That's good. So this is what the basically mastering took after creating those racks, which helped me really. It makes my job really easy in the mastering part, because as the beginning of the music production, you will need to do whole mixing, mastering, melody design, sound design, and everything. You just need create some shortcuts in your life, like creating those mastering racks, some mixing basic short mixing techniques to make your sound much brighter, to not overburn yourself, okay? Because you'll feel like burned out in the mastering, mixing, and sound, and all of them. It's just simply done by yourself. It's very frustrating. So you will just need to get some shortcuts, right? So that's how I do my mastering. So let me just export that audio and see the difference. And by the way, I'm just almost forgetting. In the mastering part, what you need to do is get your sound begin from 1 or 2 bars before, because if you begin your sound and export your sound in here, you will lose the first transient where the first kick hits. You will lose that X hit or whatever sound it is in the first transient, because you will lose some signals in there. So what you need to do is leave some space in the exporting the audio and leave some space in the output of your song between 1 or 2 bars. That's enough. So I'm just looping this part. Let me loop through here, and let me just export my audio and see what we come up with. Let me say that as after master. Okay, then I will see you guys later. Okay, so my audio exporting is done. So let's see what we did come up with after the mastering is finished. Let's say after master, and put it there. And as you can see, let me just get my reference track down below. So we almost reach the same audio level after our mastering is done. Okay, so which is nice. So that's what I'm doing in my mastering, and that's it for the video. Please stay tuned for the more artists or any sound design is coming up, and please subscribe my channel to help me grow. I will see you guys later. Have a very good day, and thanks for watching.